Have you ever done what you knew was right, but still felt really misunderstood at the end of it? Maybe it was by a social worker, maybe you were misunderstood by a family member, or even by other foster carers. And even when you're confident in your decision, there's still that small part of you that thinks, what if they think I've done the wrong thing? Today, we're going to talk about how to let go of all of that and how to really stay steady, regardless of other people's opinions. So, by the end of this episode, you'll understand how to stay grounded in your decisions. Even when others don't fully understand, agree, or validate your decisions, as humans, we all want to be understood. We all have that desire. We want people to see our hearts, our intentions, to understand why we've made certain decisions in our lives. And honestly, in fostering, that can feel even stronger for us because what we do, it is so personal and not everybody will experience the things that we do. It's not just our home, it's our time, our love, our energy. But where it starts to feel really heavy is when we start to look outwards, when we start to seek the approval of others outside of our home, when we feel like we need to be understood in order to feel okay. So, when our peace becomes dependent on somebody else agreeing with us, somebody else validating us, someone else saying, hey, do you know what? You did do the right thing. And when that doesn't happen, we do truly then start to question ourselves. And from my past experience over the past 7 years, I have had a lot of moments like this where I've made a decision that felt right for me and my home, but not everyone saw it the same way. And I could feel that pull, the pull that I needed to explain my decision more, that I needed to justify the reason why I've chose to do something. And to try and feel understood. And sometimes that just left me more drained than making the actual decision in the first place. So this is the shift that changed things for me. Over the years, I've come to realize that I don't need anybody else to understand me, especially when they aren't living my life. And it's the same for you. There's going to be times when not everybody has the same information as you do. So just learning to be at peace with our decisions. And it doesn't mean that we stop communicating. It doesn't mean that we stop being respectful to other people. But what it does mean is that our peace is no longer dependent on other people's responses. So I want to be really clear here. This isn't just about becoming defensive or shut off towards other people, social, family. It's not about having an attitude and thinking, well, I don't care what anyone thinks, and I'm just going to go off and have a tantrum in the corner and I'm going to sulk about things. No, it's about knowing this. I have thought this through. I have prayed about this, and I've actually considered what is right for me, my home, my family, and then being able to truly stand in that. And more often than not, you do this quietly. Because if you need to constantly be understood, you will find yourself in so many situations where you're over explaining yourself, which actually just reduces your credibility. You will overextend and people will start to lose respect for you. And then eventually you'll start to second guess yourself and you'll start doubting yourself, which will actually start to lead to wrong decisions down the line and decisions that you may end up paying for emotionally. But over time, that pulls us out of alignment to who we truly are. In Galatians 1:10, now am I trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? And I share this verse a lot from scripture, I know that, but I share it because it holds so much power. And it truly pulls us back each and every time, back to our roles. This verse isn't just about ignoring people, about being rude and arrogant, but it's remembering who we are truly led by. So what does that actually look like in our world of fostering? So it might just look like saying what you need to just say without over explaining, and learning to speak with social workers from facts, not from emotion. It could just be making a decision and not replaying it 100 times in your head, but instead spending time with God and just praying over the decision that you've made. And one thing I have come to learn is don't just pick up the phone and try and rant to any social worker that will answer you. Let the decision just be. It can just be letting someone have a different opinion without it completely rocking you and crumbling you. And this has often been very challenging for me, but it's one that I've come to learn that I can work with other people's opinions instead of constantly feeling like I need to battle against them. And no, it's not been easy, but it is so freeing to learn to let go of that control. But I do then always ensure that everybody that is involved with the child is aware of who's made the decision, what the decisions entail, and any possible outcomes from that decision. And that actively takes the responsibility off my shoulders and back onto the decision maker, without me coming across as emotional or irrational or difficult to work with. And this is something that I really want you to take away, that you can be misunderstood through this journey of fostering, and you will be many a time. And you can still be making the right decisions. And these two, they can coexist at the same time. So if you've been feeling that pull lately, that you feel so misunderstood, that you want to be validated, that you want to be agreed with, let this just be your reminder today that you don't need everybody to understand you. You don't need to voice your opinion at everybody, but you can choose peace in your life. That you just need to be grounded in whatever you know is right for you and knowing who you are and what you stand for. And then to be steady enough to stand in those decisions so that you don't lose yourself. You don't need external validation. You just need to remember your own worth and that you are created in the image of God. So thank you for being a part of the Fostering Kingdoms community. If this episode has resonated with you, I would love to invite you to be an active member of this community by simply liking this video, subscribing to our podcast, and even sharing this with a fellow foster carer who may need to hear this message today, for them to know that they can make their right choices for them and their homes. And if you're looking for some more support or resources, you can find everything over at fosteringkingdoms.com. But if you're not ready to leave yet, don't worry, we're going to hang out some more.